Hello, I hope y'all are all doing well. It's October 29th, and today I'm back. So today I'm going to be talking about, going to be looking at today's tornado event, along the Gulf Coast, uh, and then I'm going to be looking towards next week once again. Yeah, hope y'all are all doing very well. It is Saturday, and Saturday night. Uh, yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, today we did see a tornado. Like, today kind of, overperformed by far, in my opinion, compared to like what I thought would happen. We have 9 tornado reports, practically in the same area right there in Mississippi and Alabama, right, like kind of near the Mobile area there as well. Uh, we can see some of these reports. Of course, nothing's been rated yet because these just happened today. But we'll take a look and see if anything's been rated tomorrow uh, and Monday as well. Um, Tornadoes were really the biggest threat today. We don't have much more other like wind reports or hail reports, mainly tornado reports. What we have ongoing right now, or this is not now. This is not now. This was 8:22. This is about an hour and like about an hour and 15 minutes ago as I'm making this. Uh, we had two like radar confirmed tornado warnings, because there was confirmed tornadoes, kind of surrounding Mobile. There had a tornado warning up near Waynesboro, Mississippi there, uh, which we play this out. See how these storms kind of progressed, and then this line also is currently progressing east. Right now, we have no tornado warning storms. We do have this another supercell coming on shore soon. That could get pretty close to Mobile, but it's definitely not gonna, most likely not gonna like affect Mobile too much. But these areas, we'll see what happens as this thing moves closer to shore. Uh, in fact, part of it already is on shore. Uh, then we have a severe thunderstorm warning southeast of Waynesboro, Mississippi. We can see that right there. Um, and generally, this is a line of storms of gusty to even some damaging winds. Uh, will continue kind of moving east and slowly weakening. We take a look at the environment that we have right now. This is looking at surface-based Cape. So we have, instability of around 500 to 1,000 joules per kilogram. So instability is still pretty high, but it is going to be decreasing as the storms move east. As we're going into the night, we're going to lose that instability, and also the instability is kind of tracking behind the main line. So that's a little interesting. Or actually, my bad. That was mixed. That was mixed layer Cape. That's my bad. Uh, and see, surface to 3 kilometer helicity is pretty high. We have pretty high values, like right in front of this line, uh, in this area. So that was kind of helping us a little bit there. Uh, Surface to 1 kilometer, we can see also high. Surface observations we do in the 70s in that area. And also we can go ahead and talk about this. Tomorrow as this moves further east, we're not going to really be seeing a severe threat. We'll likely just see showers across like the more eastern areas. We take a look at some models for tomorrow real quick. And yeah, so tomorrow, by like tomorrow afternoon, we do see showers within like by tomorrow night from like Alabama into Georgia. Nothing is expected to really be strong to severe. Maybe some storms like if you go further south, but we do have our lovely wedge currently in place in this area. We can see where those temperatures are pretty much in the 50s. That's where we kind of have our wedge just locked in across this area here. It's more strong kind of in that area. Uh, pretty cool temperatures. A lot of also fog and mist we saw today. Uh, so that's gonna help to kind of keep everything more more in the way of showers tomorrow instead of thunderstorms. So yeah, it's just a little update. I mean, what really happened today is we saw a little bit more instability than expected. And we also had, I mean, generally it was pretty much like it was, the environment was similar to how it was modeled last night. In the video last night, it's very similar to how it was modeled then. Uh, it's just everything came together, everything actually happened like it was kind of looking like it was going to. And so we did see a pretty decent little event. So yeah, now briefly, not really briefly, I mean, but I want to take a look at next week. So we're looking at like tonight, what we have going on tonight. We can see our low right here. We have our heavy rain and our severe threat. We have this high in the northeast that is pushing in that cold air. So we have the cold air damming. Generally, the west right now is calm. We can see we're currently right now we're in a very zonal pattern. We're gonna take a look at that 540 line. We just trace it, and it is completely zonal, which indicates a pretty zonal pattern right now. But we can see by Monday, this is tomorrow evening, we're starting to see this low has shifted. This low has moved northeast. And it's starting to like kind of fall apart. We're losing a lot of that moisture, so just a lot. It's not really just in the way. It's like stuff in the way of showers, like once again, but all the way up into like areas of the Ohio Valley in the Midwest. And then in the Northwest, we're starting to see our next system push in. So we can see we have a pretty good bit of precip coming into Washington and some higher elevation snow. But Monday afternoon, that just continues like moving further southeast. We see kind of a series of lows come in, which is like with this pretty significant trough. By Tuesday, I mean it's continuing to push southeast very slowly. Tuesday evening, we're starting to see some of that snow and rain work its way into areas of northern California, Nevada as well. Then by the end of next week, so by like mid Wednesday, Thursday, this does push pretty much throughout the entire West. So most areas in the higher elevations do see some snow. We will see some pretty significant accumulations though in this area and some of the higher elevations. And then we see this low eject into the plains. We have a little bit of some wind and some snow across areas of South Dakota, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Minnesota there. That's a little uncertain at this time. It's very uncertain. Then we see like a very active pattern across the central U.S. just kind of remain for a little bit. So, I mean, the GFS is interesting. It's changed a little bit since we started like tracking this. But total snowfall, Kachara ratio, I mean, very significant accumulations across the West. Pretty much all of Wyoming gets snow. But I mean, the higher elevations, some very high snowfall amounts. Now looking at the European for snowfall amounts real quick. It doesn't fully go out all the way, but let me go back to the 12Z. It's a little bit. It's very similar, but maybe like a slight bit lower. I mean, barely though. It's very similar. The West will be getting a lot of snow. So the euro does have this low, pretty much this first kind of low. It's you can barely even see it here, but it does kind of eject that first wave, like Thursday and the Friday, similar to the GFS, and that moves on, and then we just see like a very active pattern by Sunday, hour 192. I'll lock it here. We see a pretty strong storm system in the central U.S. Classic like comma head look. Looking on the GFS model, the latest run, it does show that, but it shows it at a later time. So we have to go all the way to like, when does it even show it? Actually, I don't even remember. So it shows it, but as we go into like Monday, so timing's uncertain, but it is looking like maybe this could be our storm system that we could actually be looking at. Which, I mean, we'd still see a severe weather threat with this potentially as well. We take a look at stuff like in the way like 500 millibar winds. Try to get this to load. And yeah, we can see when that stuff. I mean, when that ejects into the planes, we see that like that's that first, or not that first low, but like our significant low. Not like that first like wave up in the northern plains, but the southern one. We have like a complete cutoff low, pretty much, upper level low. And a decent little setup for severe weather, definitely across this area. It's not looking as good as it once was, but the threat is still there. We'll see how it kind of shifts by tomorrow and Monday. Looking at the European, though, very similar now. We see that cutoff low, which then moves into the plains, and the European definitely has it a little bit more strong, I'd say. Well, I'd say it is. I mean, it's blatantly more strong. Then that kind of like moves up into the Midwest, and then just combines with the jet. So yeah, we'll see what shifts or what happens with this tomorrow and Monday. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 50 subscribers by the end of the year, which it doesn't sound like much at all. But it's 17 more, so I mean, if you're not subscribed and you enjoy the video, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Or I mean, if you just like the content, or if you find weather interesting. But yeah, I really appreciate you watching the video. I hope you all have a great Sunday. I should be back tomorrow, most likely. But yeah, thank you for watching.